I've never seen it.
No.
It's pretty tasty.
You know, for my birthday, it's coming up next week. I'm hosting a tea party.
Are you really?
That's how much I love tea.
That's fantastic.
I'm leading a tea ceremony.
I love that. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like at your place or at a tea place?
At my place.
Well done.
Having people over.
What is a lot of tea for a day?
Oh,
Does anyone
tea
like
all
chain
day
smoke
long.
tea?
I do.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, all day long I have tea.
As do
Really?
I would say I can't remember the last time I didn't have at least 7 to
I was
10
gonna say
bags
7.
of tea a day. Yeah.
Seven is
It's so
normal.
good. Jake and I were just talking about how we keep
So
having a string of
funny.
like
That's awesome.
the second guest vibing with the first guest over something. And now it's like this whole like,
Tea's a pretty rare one. That's pretty weird. Yeah.
You know, I also have a tea company. I
What?
sell tea.
Wait,
So
what?
talk about that now.
Yeah,
That'll be
I
the
wanna
first
hear
thing
about
on the
that.
podcast.
Oh, okay. Great.
You sell tea?
Spill the that.
Are we live?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, well, I have a tea company. It's called Pity Party.
Oh, I
Pity
like
Party.
this. I
I'm so
like
happy
this.
about this.
They're like funny teas. They're like funny little slogans I have on the like logos, you know.
Yeah.
And it's been so fun because I get to like sample teas, and like part of my job is just like trying teas and then being like, yeah, that's the one I want to package and sell.
That sounds
Where do you source
incredible.
your teas? That's amazing.
It's called Adagio tea. I used to.
I'm familiar with Adagio
Oh,
tea.
you are?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, they have a wholesale
Absolute
element, and
tea?
you get to kind of
Awesome.
like create your own blends, or like, and you can do samples like that are $3. So I just like get so many samples sent to my house.
I love
So you sort of
this.
like develop a blend that you like and then brand that, and you're like, this is
because
kind of
I love teas
Yeah.
so much. It's like this was my passion project to just like make.
Do
a tea
you?
company.
I know that there's there's a New York to LA pipeline. There's oftentimes a coffee to tea pipeline. Were you a coffee drinker before tea?
I've never been a
Pure
coffee
the whole
drinker.
time.
I will drink coffee if like I'm on. I've done like a lot of like work on set. I'm not saying like I'm on set as
Sure.
Anyways, whenever I'm on set and like it's long hours, I'll drink coffee, but it's a necessity. It's
So
not
it is like a
because
medicinal coffee almost.
It's just like I need
A
it
drug.
to stay awake. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not because I'm enjoying it. The tea is pure enjoyment.
I love this. I love coffee so much.
Do you?
And it might even just be horrible for me at some point.
No,
Every once in a while,
Coffee's good for you.
it's sort of like the eggs of drinks, where every
Yeah, it
once in a
goes
while
either
you
way.
see like the medical community agreeing that it's worse for you than we say, or it's better for you than we say.
Yep.
Every once in a while, they'll be like, did you know if you drink coffee, you live to be 119? I'm like, I think just one person did.
One person did it, yeah. And that counts.
But I
just
mean, tea is
statistically
like the
speaking.
universal. This
Tea
is the
also,
best thing.
It doesn't give you like those jitters.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
like
Smoother
a
high.
calm, uplifting.
Although there are some negative effects. People talk a lot about the tannins, stains your teeth. There's a lot of...
What's a tannin?
Oh boy, how deep into tea are we going here? So, so tea essentially is the blend of the tea sometimes can affect your teeth. Some people say it's worse for your teeth than coffee. I don't really
Maybe
trust
that's
dentists
why.
personally.
Yeah.
I am coming from a root canal. I'll be perfectly honest with that, as I
Yeah.
shit on dentists.
A whole family of root canals. I come from a whole lineage of root canals, actually.
They're really great. It's not as bad as people make them out to be. They numb you up. Who cares, you know?
I'm
But yeah,
sorry you went through that.
I mean, I did it to myself. It wasn't like I was
Well,
struck
you
by
didn't do-
lightning. I
You
eat
didn't
a
give
lot of
yourself a
candy.
root canal.
But
I did as
You
much work as
caused
I
the
could
root
to
canal.
cause it to happen. Yeah, I mean, I certainly.
But you weren't
earned
in a
it.
chair
Yeah.
drilling on yourself like.
No, but I would. If they
Those
showed
old
you how,
doctors who
can you
would give
imagine
themselves
that,
surgery?
like self-do yourself, like watch a YouTube video and like root canal yourself.
Ooh.
That
Probably
was
not that far from that.
No, imagine
I
you're
heard
giving. Yeah,
root canals aren't going to be happening anymore because they're not good for you.
Wish I would
I have seen
wish
some
I would
That's
have
what
that a
I've
couple
heard.
hours ago.
That's what I've heard.
I
But
a couple
if they're
hours
still
ago.
going on,
Wait, why are they not good for you?
Todd, you're the last legal root canal
That'd
in
be
the
horrible.
United States.
I don't know if I'm.
I have 2 more
expert.
scheduled, so I might just like.
No.
not do it.
If there's this podcast is all about being pretty sure you probably heard something
Yeah.
and then telling us that as though it's complete fact.
RFK's
Although
the
that's like
health
every
czar.
podcast.
Yeah, like who cares? Like, yeah.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
every podcast is generally spewing misinformation. Ours is just
Yes.
usually about pop culture.
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
seen some things about regenerative tooth stuff happening where they're like, we can regrow teeth now using stem cells. So probably not in the United States, but if you ever see me in like
Germany
Turkey
or-
for 2
yeah,
weeks or
yeah.
something, well, that's probably I'm getting hair plugs.
Hair implant.
Yeah.
Hair plugs.
If anyone sponsors that, I'll do it. I'll make 6 videos, not 7. I always see those guys with the turkey seems to be they fly you for hair implants.
Yeah.
and
Really?
They do
I
it
didn't know
all.
that.
It's cheaper to get the flight to Turkey and get the hair implant or what is it?
Yeah.
Plugs, then do it in America.
I mean, I think it's like $4,000 all in, including transport, lodging,
That's
all
in
of this
Turkey?
stuff in Turkey.
It still costs $4,000.
Total.
And
The whole
that's
trip, the
cheap.
flight, everything, all the way.
$4,000
and
for hair
Oh,
plugs?
it's like $15,000 to get Elon's done here.
What?
Elon's are what I call hair plugs done in the United States.
That's insane. I can't believe it's that expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
Wow.
You'd be surprised. I would say one of the largest, and this is me once again based off nothing. I have money and no one to spend it on. Groups of people are thin-haired men.
Oh, yeah, that tracks.
I mean,
That does track.
and me. There's also a lot of.
$15,000. You could buy so much other stuff.
You could
with
buy 3.
Well, that's why people are going to Turkey,
Yeah.
that. Touche.
cutting it way down.
Yeah.
By 10K.
That just seems
Some would say
like
buzzing it.
You're not gonna buy
Buzzing
happiness
it.
for that though with those new hair plugs. You know.
I mean,
Like,
that's not that. $4,000 doesn't seem crazy to me for hair forever. Maybe
forever?
is. I have, yeah.
The plugs don't like fall out of her.
They don't fall
No,
out.
versus if you do sort of like
Okay.
topical treatments and things, you have to do that forever. You have to spray it on your hair or eat the pill every day.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm acting like I know.
I miss
anything
having
about
better
it.
hair. I have hair, but it's very thin and I miss it. And so once again, Turkey, if you're listening, as a whole,
Hook it up. Hook
as
it
a
up.
country
hook it
as a
up.
whole, I'll see.
Hell yeah.
I'll check our listener map. I don't know how. Tooth. I'm sorry you had to get a root canal.
I'm
I
sorry
mean,
too.
it's my fault. There's no need to apologize.
And
I
this
could have
had
just
nothing to do with tea because you brought this up after.
No, it was
tannins.
I ate a lot of candy. There's no
Okay.
question.
Okay.
This case was closed, open and shut. Like there's no question. The amount of candy
They're like
I eat
removing
is,
sprees from your mouth to do
it's
the root canal.
Unreal how much candy I eat. And it's one of the funniest part about it is there's not. This is if anyone wants to give me a shout out here or a plug or whatever. I am a big fan of Outshine popsicles. It's a very fun popsicle.
Wait, are those the
brand.
ones that say no sugar added?
Damn right they do. But yeah, you know what? There's still a sugar though I have found because it'll rot your teeth real good. However, there is a new series of flavors that just came out, and I was texting with a fellow popsicle head about it. As
Is
I was,
that what you guys call each other?
yeah,
Yeah.
might as well, right?
Popsicle.
Popsicle, it's pH scale. If
As
you
I'm
will.
sitting in the dentist chair waiting for the Novocaine to like kick in, and it's just funny because like my dentist walked in and like over my shoulder saw my phone, and they do say no sugar added like right on the box or whatever. It's like, oh, no sugar added. That's probably a good idea. Like my fucking dentist is roasting me while giving me a root canal. It's like,
I mean, it's a good idea for your dentist.
yeah, it's true. It's true. And also like I am that big of a problem that I'm like looking at candy in the midst of a root canal. But I'm
Yeah.
really excited to go get those
You're
popsicles after
like,
this.
is there soft candy I can get on the other side of this root canal?
I want it. I need it.
That's why I never got why dentists. We had a neighborhood dentist who gave out toothbrushes on Halloween, and I never got why they wouldn't give you candy because it seems like that's like good for
Get
them.
your business going. Yeah, come on.
Oh yeah.
Should be
you're
giving out like
right.
sugar daddies and
Yeah.
now and later's. It's
Those
anything.
toffees that are just black and orange.
Yeah.
Anyways, Shawshank Redemption.
A movie
But I mean,
about
I'm
regenerative souls.
Is that right?
No, not really. There's no I can't even segue to candy or teeth or anything.
Chase. Since it's your first time on the podcast,
Yes.
we
and
want to
thank you
do.
for having me.
Thank you for being here. We want to do some stuff to get to know what you have seen a little bit and your viewing experiences a little bit there. So we're
been
going to do a
prepared.
game we call the Newly Guessed game. And how
Okay.
this works is I'm going to ask you a question,
Okay.
and then Todd is going to answer what he thinks is your answer to that question.
Okay.
Wow.
And then you can tell Todd how accurate he is.
Okay.
Do I have, and all I know about her, I met you 7 minutes ago, and I know that you like tea. That's
Yes.
that's what I'm going from.
Likes tea.
Yes. And I've
Fantastic.
never seen Shawshank Redemption. Maybe that might help you out.
Let's do this. We will. The first question will cover the other things you haven't seen. That way, it can inform maybe
Okay, yeah,
what you
with the
have
taste,
seen.
yeah.
So I'll read your list of stuff you
it's
haven't
a little
seen.
embarrassing. Okay.
No, this is
Fantastic.
I think it's embarrassing.
Shawshank Redemption, The Godfather, Lawrence of Arabia, The Revenant, which should be happy to be lumped in with this group
Absolutely.
of movies.
Best
of
day of the
like
Revenant's
all-time
life right now.
classic movies, and then The Revenant, Citizen Kane, Braveheart, Casablanca.
Yeah. So you're not doing the IMDb top 10. That's fine.
I
You're not
did.
missing
I
much.
searched like movies, and then this list came up, and I went, "Oh, haven't seen any of them."
I mean, whoever runs the search engine optimization for The Revenant
Yeah, they've
needs a
getting
raise.
That's
I mean,
incredible.
it
That's
won some
incredible.
Oscars, but I don't know if it needs to be lumped in with like
that
Citizen
Revenant
Kane.
isn't as good as all those.
It's
Those
yeah,
other ones
for
are
it
all
to
taught in,
launch
like, film
itself
school.
into.
Yeah,
those
this
are
is-
great, and then The Revenant.
It's good and
yeah,
a fine
it's
movie,
good.
but it's
Okay.
like
well, it was in the list.
man, good for them.
Yeah, good for
like
them.
if you Googled comedians and I was on the list, do you know what I mean? That's like a little bit what this feels like. Like, didn't that guy just fight a bear?
Yes.
And, like, no, he should be here. Technically, he is a movie.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Okay.
I'll ask you a question, Chase, and then Todd, you can answer what you think Chase's answer will be, and then you get to award Todd points out of 5.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
None of these points end up mattering.
Okay.
Perfect.
It's like, whose line is it anyway?
It is.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie?
I know.
Oh, boy. I'm going to go with
It's easy.
Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde.
Wow! Hold on.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Oh, I blew into the
That's
face.
awesome.
Wow.
It's a great movie. People don't understand how good that movie is.
They
and I feel like
don't?
no, I feel like I feel like it gets its credit, but
I think it's
underrated. It's underrated.
So good.
There
It's a perfect movie.
There it is.
That's the horn.
Yeah.
Wow, great
What a
start.
what a get.
I'm excited about that.
I
That was
love
awesome.
that movie as well.
It's a great movie.
Do
It's really
you?
good.
Yeah,
They're
I love
both
Legally
good.
I love when men love Legally Blonde.
I think it's that to me that I
Yeah.
feel like there's a small like section of movies that are like commonly thought of as either like films for women or even feminist films that like just cross the board are just great movies. I think a misogynist could even find it, like lose a little bit of their hatred
Yeah.
watching that movie.
Did you guys see it in theaters?
I didn't.
Okay.
I don't think I was seeing any movies in theaters then. I saw so little stuff.
Yeah.
That
When
was
did
a
this come out,
big
like, early
DVD
aughts?
era. That was that
I
was like
must have been like 9. I don't
Yeah.
know. Young.
I'm old. That was
It's-
that was a big DVD one.
When did this come out? Oh, 2001. But was it on July? So I really didn't start going to the movie theater. This is so funny.
It was July.
It was
You
July.
weren't going to movies
I,
in
wa- I
July.
Zoolander was like the first time I remember going to a
Yes.
movie theater,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so I very distinctly 9/11 is like when I started going to movie theaters
Rightfully so.
because that movie came out on September 11th.
It did?
I think it came out like if you watch
Wow.
if you see like September 11th footage, there's Zoolander billboards like down
Oh
at the
my
base and
gosh.
everything. Let me see when it acted, but it came out right around then. It came out September 28th. So so
Okay,
just
yeah.
after 9/11,
Yeah.
I really
The
needed to go
country
to the
was still
theaters.
going through it.
We were reeling.
Yeah. We needed a laugh.
Yeah, we needed it. We needed it.
I do love Zoolander too.
Great movie.
Always, we talked about it for 20 minutes
That
yesterday.
one I saw in theaters, and
Yeah.
at that time in my life, I would make a point. I would get out of my seat in the theater and roll on the floor, laughing, so people knew that I thought something was funny.
That's a great bit. That's
And
phenomenal.
I thought
That's
the
phenomenal.
bit about this has to be at least 3 times bigger. I was out of my chair on the floor.
I earnestly
outstanding.
think that it is so fun, but
It was
But, like, you
so-
needed
I
people to
need
know you
people to
liked
know
it
that
most.
That was
Yeah.
funny.
that's so
I
great.
would get out
and
of my
that's a
chair.
good place to start that routine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was the first time I think I got invited like by friends to go to a movie theater.
That's awesome.
So I hadn't really been to movie theaters before then, and so Zoolander at one point was the movie I'd seen the most.
It's a good movie to
Yeah.
see the most.
Yeah, good one.
Speaking of that, literally our next question: what movie have you seen the most?
In theaters?
Overall,
Oh God.
Todd, any
Hold
guesses?
on.
And if you're like, you can be like, he's close. Maybe it was this.
Yeah.
I
I have one. I'm gonna just okay, I'm ready for you.
I'm trying to like thinking about what your age might be based on the information I have now heard about when you saw movies. I'm trying to think of what movie you maybe watched a lot as a kid. This is going to be, you're not old enough, I don't think, for this, but I was going to go with Hocus Pocus.
Absolutely not.
No.
That's a 0.
0 points.
I
for
didn't
Todd.
watch Hocus Pocus until 2 Halloweens ago
Wow.
because I didn't like it. I'd
Fair
never
enough.
seen it, but I knew I didn't like it.
That was for my little sister. That was like every time we went to the video store, it was like me and my brother would get like Rambo 2 and Ace Ventura, and Jamie would always just get Hocus Pocus. Like
But
every week.
I did watch it 2 Halloweens ago with a gummy.
Ooh.
And afterwards, I searched if it won an Oscar because I did think it was that good. I went, I am missing out. But I've only seen it once.
We have Lawrence of Arabia, The Godfather, Shawshank Redemption,
Get it up
Hocus
there.
Pocus,
Get it up there.
the Mount
And I
Rushmore.
really was shocked when
That's
it no
phenomenal.
nomination.
I can throw it in my bag of movies where I'm like, these never get performance awards, like acting awards or even nominations, but put someone else in there and let's see how this goes.
Yes.
Like I can't say Meryl Streep because she'd fucking kill it in
She would
Hocus
kill it,
Pocus.
She would.
But you're like, throw someone in there like a dramatic actor and let's see him do it.
Kathy Jimmy is doing work in that movie.
Let's see him do it. I really think that about lots of I think it about voice acting a lot of the times
Yeah.
where I'm like, let someone else voice the genie and let's see how it goes. Robin Williams gets no
Yeah.
recognition for
Yeah,
this.
that's
Let's
a good call.
put some other comedian in there from the
I
time.
mean,
Let's
people liked that movie.
They did like
Yeah.
Aladdin, but I'm like, I think he should have won an
carries it.
Oscar.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm like, this should be winning an Oscar.
Yes.
No one else can do this. Next
Wait, so what is the answer? What is the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking The Producers, the movie
Ooh.
version.
Never would have guessed that. Wow.
Big musical fan.
Oh, good info.
And I
Log for later.
the reason I'm saying that one is because I saw that movie 8 times in theaters.
What?
So I think that's why it wins.
Yeah.
That's a
Wow.
lot of times. To
I mean,
go in
probably.
theaters.
Yeah.
That's a full day.
That's insane.
That's like
That
16
is- that
hours.
is
I
clocking
loved
in.
it that much at the time when it came out. Yeah.
I saw Titanic in theaters 6 times. I didn't like it the first time, but if when you're in 7th
Phenomenal.
grade and you're trying to like kiss girls, you had to go to Titanic. That
Yeah, it
was
certainly opens a long window to do it.
yes, yes. And that was the rule. That was like you had to go.
I got 3 hours and 25 minutes. Great. Next question. What TV show have you rewatched the most?
Easy.
Oh boy, it's gonna be either Friends or Sex in the City.
Friends.
Wow.
5. And Sex in the City I've watched a lot of. But
It's a good rewatch.
I think Friends is like I can't go wrong. I'll always
I
laugh.
agree.
Current
Absolutely.
score 18 or 13 to 10. Chase is winning. I don't remember.
Wait, this is a
who am I
competition?
competing against?
Oh yeah, you're competing.
Oh, if I
against
get it
Todd.
wrong, you get more points. I see.
I don't
Very
quite
cool.
know, but I also give you full credit
Right
if Todd
now,
gets it
you're
right.
winning. Oh, okay.
Very
I don't
cool.
quite know.
Okay.
Next question. Have you ever had a movie poster up in your room? And if so, what movie?
Okay.
Whoa.
You're guessing an answer.
Whoa. You don't strike me as movie poster in the room type gal. I'm going to say no.
Correct.
Wow.
Sweet.
Correct.
Wow.
But do you know what music posters?
I mean,
there?
it's
Guess-
got to be NSYNC or Backstreet Boys, I would hope. Or am I too old? Am I too old?
Not
Is
at
that
all.
Okay.
Todd's like, so that'd be Frankie Valley.
It's not either. No Backstreet Boys or NSYNC.
No.
98 Degrees.
No, it's Taylor Swift.
Wow. Okay.
And then, not a movie poster, but I do have a quote in my room of Jojo Rabbit. The quote at the end of the movie.
Wow. What's the quote?
No feeling is final. Just keep going.
Oh yeah, there you
That's a
go.
nice quote.
Wait, what was the Taylor Swift era poster that you had in there? What like era?
No,
of
this
Swift
is recent. Midnight's.
Sick.
Because
That's awesome. Hell yeah, dude.
she's such an affluent writer, and it inspires me to like she writes so much, and I want to be at that level of writing.
That's awesome.
Great. I'm a Chiefs fan, so you have no Taylor
Oh
Swift qualms
my
from me.
God,
Yeah.
you are. I'm a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
Very recent Chiefs fan.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
All are welcome. That's sorry you had to experience losing for the first time in the history of your fandom. Just so you know, that's how
It's
it
okay.
feels most of the time.
I also like the Eagles because Jason Kelsey was.
I
on
like the Eagles too.
So
Yeah, I'm an Eagles fan, and I like their completely deranged fan base. I love any fan base where they have to prep for them winning or losing with safety
That
precautions.
is a good sign. A very good sign.
Next question. What's a popular or beloved movie you've seen that you don't like?
Popular or beloved movie I've seen that I don't.
Or don't love, maybe aren't as into as most people.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna guess Schindler's List.
Never seen it.
Imagine just like, yeah, I hate it.
Hated it. Hated it. I was fishing for the bet.
So heavy-handed.
Yeah, just absolute terrible story.
Leave it alone. How do they even make this stuff up? Who writes this?
Wait, what's the answer?
I was gonna say like Star Wars episode, the recent Star Wars.
The recent ones are those beloved? I thought everyone hates those.
Are they? I just thought Star Wars people love.
You make a good point.
You can't really ever know what Star Wars people are thinking.
That's a good point.
They will be thinking whatever will upset you.
Yeah. Yep. It is interesting. Like, you really can.
There's
go
no
either way.
finger on the pulse for them anymore. They've
Yeah.
seemed to have lost the thread.
I
I like
think
Star
so.
Wars, but the people who are really into it. Also, they seem to hate each other and themselves more than anyone ever could.
They sure do.
We're going 2 points for Chase.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
1 point
thank
for
you.
Todd on that
Oh,
one.
okay.
It is
0 points for Star Wars.
17 to 14.
Okay. You don't know who has the 17.
I should have wrote down who was who. Next one. Is there a movie you love that you avoid watching because it makes you feel too emotional or sad or sentimental?
Oh, I have so many answers for this one. For me, not necessarily for you, but that's great. That's a great question.
Emotional, sad, or sentimental. I try to stay away from those. Okay, let's hear what you think.
Can't use the same answer 2 questions in a row.
That's great. Oh boy, I'm gonna say Rent.
Okay, I had no answer. I couldn't think of a thing. Rent.
It cuts deep. It's
Rent
a great
is
movie.
too heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rent. The other one is Black Beauty, I was going to say, but I don't even like it. That's not what I like.
Animal movies, though, are tough.
Anything
Yeah.
with
I
a
can't
horse
revisit
or
an
a
animal
dog,
movies.
get me out of there. So Rent,
That's
Great.
good stuff.
That's a great answer.
I have a hard time doing A League of Their Own without crying, and I have a hard time doing Dirty Dancing is like every time it gets
Really?
me. Yeah, I don't know why.
Because he died?
No, it's not about him. It's about the character. It's just their love being forbidden and them overcoming everything and everybody.
To me, that's a happy film.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's sad, but it just gets me
It gets you
emotional.
going.
It's just like, and I avoid. It's like I don't want to.
So you don't
want
to sit alone in that feeling.
You don't
too
wanna
long.
sit alone
You know
with
what's
that
weird?
one.
I've on multiple times the list of men who have cried on a JetBlue flight watching Dirty Dancing is short, and I am on it. Like it's happened many. It's happened 3 or 4 times. Like,
There could have been more, but the flights keep crashing.
You know, also, any Pixar movie really gets me. Like,
yeah.
I will never watch Up again.
I absolutely love Up, and
Inside Out 1, I can't watch again.
Yeah.
you know what is so funny? As I agree about Inside Out, I have not seen the second one. My girlfriend hates Bing Bong in Inside Out. The imaginary friend hates him.
Why?
I don't know. She's like, that movie sucks. I hate Bing Bong. And then I'm like, you hate, and she's like, I hate all creepy little fuckers. She ropes him in with Gollum from
not a
Lord of
creepy
the
little
Rings
fucker?
into the same like category of existence as
That's
Gollum.
crazy.
She's like, he's pretty much Gollum. And I'm like, I don't think. Did you watch it on mute?
Yeah.
But every time if you say Inside, even if you say like Inside Out unrelated to the movie, she's like, I hate Bing Bong.
Wow.
And so she's like, I won't even watch the second one because I don't want there to be any redemption for Bing. I'm like, I think he got that in the first one.
He definitely got that in the first
Anyways, I agree with you. I think she's incorrect. All right. Last one.
Oh,
Last question. Have you ever walked out of a movie? And if so, what movie?
yeah. But it's not for what you think. Maybe.
one. Oh, boy.
Zoolander, because I heard this news.
Oh, man. A walkout?
I have a stand-up joke about this, actually.
What year was the movie? We'll give
Yeah.
Todd this. Or that when you walked out.
It must have been 2005 or at most 2006. But either 05 or 06.
You walked out of The Hangover 2.
No,
I think that came out in like 2011.
Yeah. What was it?
Super bad.
Wow.
Super bad?
Why?
So the story is my parents took me and my best friend to go see Super Bad.
You're like 14 at the time?
Yeah.
Okay.
And my friend felt like it was very inappropriate and didn't think it was cool that my parents took us to see this film. And she turned to me and said, I don't feel comfortable watching this. And I said, okay. And we walked out and left my sicko parents there
Wait,
to watch the film themselves.
what is wrong with this other friend? That's crazy. What was inappropriate
That's so
about
funny.
it? That's fascinating.
It's a wildly inappropriate conversation.
It's a wildly
and stuff.
inappropriate movie.
No, it isn't. For a 14, it's about 14-year-olds, isn't it? Or I guess they're a little older.
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
think
just
it was like
very
the
sexually
montage
explicit.
of dicks was when she was like, I think this isn't okay.
Yeah, he
for
does
me."
draw
like, I
dicks.
don't
Don't
think
remember
my
that.
parents would be okay with me watching this.
She like narked on herself.
Yeah, that is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
When
Instead
you're
of
14,
being-
you're supposed to go the opposite way. You
And-
want to do things that your
Yeah.
parents don't want you to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember going
That's
to
what
see
I walked out of.
not Super Troopers, Starship Troopers
Hell yeah.
in theaters, and I was probably like 8.
Hell
And
yeah.
there were boobs in it. And this sat with me for so long that at the friend whose parents took us wedding, I gave a speech and brought it up.
That's awesome.
And I was like, Cheryl, thanks for taking me to see boobs in a movie theater.
I
Right
brought
now.
up that story at Haley's wedding. That was in the speech I gave. Was that
Was that
she
you walked
made
out
me
of
walk
Superbad?
out of Superbad?
Oh,
awesome.
it's so funny. Well, current score, Todd has 20 points. Jace has 21 points.
Hell yeah, dude.
Big
Come
winner.
back.
Wow,
Big winner.
almost a tie.
Yeah, true.
I should let
Very
you know at the
close.
end we do add points. It's 75 points for writing a script. So we add that in
Big
towards
lead.
the end.
It's a big
Oh,
lead.
okay.
Sort of like
big
the
lead.
third round of Family Feud, where everything is just worth so much, nothing else that's
Nothing
got
matters.
I want to talk about Shawshank Redemption, but we do need to take a quick break.
Oh.
Shawshank Redemption. Let's talk about Shawshank Redemption.
Hell yeah.
Can I just say,
Anything.
every answer I gave, I believe I'm listening to myself. If there are comments, they're going to go, man, this girl is basic. And I just want to call it out.
I don't think those were basic
I
answers.
don't know. I said I have a Taylor Swift poster and that Legally Blonde is my favorite movie.
Is Legally Blonde
I-
basic?
I think the world has come back around on just knowing that it's a good movie. I
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Okay.
basic at all.
Okay, thank you.
And I
Thank you,
also,
gentlemen.
I'm wondering what
Thank
would be like the most basic example. I'm not saying it's not basic. I'm saying it's
Yeah.
okay
I
to
think-
if it is.
I think I like basic things, and I know that.
What other answers were there? I already forgot. I mean, well,
Okay.
we had that whole long commercial break.
Okay.
I forgot everything we talked about in there.
Okay, anyways, just we don't
Walking
even
out
need
of
to go
Superbad
back.
is very good and specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think not seeing any of these movies is more than fine. I
Yeah.
feel like not a lot of people would, aside from Shawshank Redemption, which is maybe the only one on your list that's kind of just thrust into people's face
Yes.
if you have like television.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's sort of the TBS like
Really?
movie of the week for like 15 years.
It had a good run for sure.
I gotta be honest. I know nothing of the film.
That's
awesome.
wild. The rest of these are like I don't
Nothing.
know if I would have watched. I've never seen Braveheart. I don't know if I would have watched Citizen Kane, Casablanca, Lawrence Arabia, or I haven't seen The Godfather. But I don't know if I would have watched any of those other ones if
You've
I
never
hadn't
seen
been.
The Godfather? Okay, that makes me feel better.
Wait, can I just throw this out there? I think liking Shawshank Redemption is basic. I think not seeing it is the most unbasic thing ever.
I think that film broing is becoming basic.
Oh,
with
yeah.
how the internet is, if you come up to me, and these are all movies I like, Shawshank Redemption.
Sure, yeah.
And these, if you are like my favorite movies, Interstellar, and I love Christopher Nolan, and who I do like.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're saying this, that to me is more in line with being basic. I mean, there's just like
Yeah.
there's just versions of this stuff.
Yes.
What would be the
Thank you, boys.
what is your favorite movie? Legally Blonde, more unique answer than if Interstellar is your favorite movie,
Absolutely.
which I love.
Yeah. Yeah. They're both great. They're both great.
So what you know nothing about Shawshank
I know
Redemption.
nothing. I don't know the year it was made. I don't know.
Do you know the
Who
decade?
Shawshank is? I guessed the 90s.
Great.
Yeah. Yeah. Correct.
And I also purposely didn't like Google anything about it. I
Great.
felt like that was the point.
I'm definitely down for that. Yes.
Yeah.
So this is really just what off the name.
Right.
That's all you got? You don't have
Nothing. I mean,
anything
this
else?
is. I
I
don't mean
looked
to
at
like
the
go against the
poster
premise of
title.
my entire podcast and just be like, I can't believe nothing has permeated. Like,
Yeah.
this is.
I
it's
looked
almost
at the
impressive
poster
to have
and there
avoided.
was rain on it and
There's
nighttime,
rain.
and I felt like a little dark.
Yeah. Jake, have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I don't even. This
Everyone's
is.
seen it?
I mean, this is a movie where I wouldn't even ask people if they've seen
I
it.
agree. Yeah. It seems
Really?
like you just automatically it happens to you.
The only thing that you
Yeah.
probably could put and say you haven't seen that would shock me more than this would be The Lion King.
Yeah. That's.
And because I think, and we've talked about this on here, I think The Lion King might be the most seen. If seeing it, not how many times,
Yeah.
seeing it once checks you off a list, it might be the most seen movie in maybe the United States.
Really? Yeah, I've seen that one.
I don't think kids, because you're like 4
Yeah.
or 2.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
It
it's.
ran a gamut for.
And I think it's
it spanned
still in that.
generations.
Yeah.
With that. Yeah.
So if you're like, I haven't seen The Lion King, like, that seems
But
unavoidable.
this is the thing. When this came out
Yeah.
in the 90s,
Yeah.
I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think this was they weren't really targeting me.
For
And then
sure.
since then,
This movie definitely was not targeting a 1-year-old you.
No, definitely, definitely not. No.
and so like I just never, it wasn't one of those that then like, I also still think it's probably not targeting me.
Oh, if you watch television, it's gonna be on. I feel
That's
like
what
it's-
like became unavoidable about Shawshank. TBS and TNT.
Yeah.
And movie of the week and those sort of things that would be like late 90s, early aughts
Yeah.
through 2010. And probably even still, when they just show a movie,
Well, it's very inoffensive. Not to shit on Shawshank Redemption, but I feel like it is like a Hallmark movie.
As
You know what I
far
mean?
as like
that's-
prestige
maybe I would
movies
like
that have
it.
ever existed,
Yeah.
this is has much less you'd have to edit out than The Godfather
Okay.
Yes.
or
Okay.
stuff like that. But let's do the script.
Okay.
Cast it however you'd like. If you just
do
want to do the
I
stage
read it
directions,
too, or is it just you guys?
no, you can read anything you'd like.
Well, I would just love you guys because it's all men. I would say
already nailed Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, seems like you're pretty on board.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it.
Okay.
And the 90s.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that, like Black Sheep is the only other movie that I can think of that has like no female protagonist at all.
How can I ask your acting experience here? I need to know.
Very
also.
bad at acting.
Yeah.
Very bad.
Yeah, very
and
Yeah, will commit poorly.
I direct
So
well.
so
I
you're
can-
gonna be Chris.
I'll be Chris.
And you're gonna be Shaw.
Cool.
And then you're gonna be board member 1, and you're gonna be board member 2.
Great.
Cool.
I will read the stage directions.
Todd, imagine you're better at acting and you could be board member 1.
That would be pretty good. Something to work towards. Something to work for.
That one was just off the cuff.
Great.
Okay, here we
I
go.
can pull this up for you.
Oh,
There we go.
just leave it like that.
There you go.
Okay. Here we go. Interior office, morning. Parker Shaw, 27, gawky, sits at his desk. He stares at his 1997 computer screen. A cartoon image of Lex Luthor stares back at him. A bead of sweat rolls down his face. Chris, 30s, strong, Parker's boss, sneaks up behind him.
Boom!
Ah!
Chris laughs.
Hey, everyone. I scared Shaw. He winced like a little baby.
The office jeers.
Come on.
What? Are you nervous for your Whittle quarterly review? Get up. The clock is ticking.
Shaw gets up from his desk and follows Chris into the conference room. He stands in front of the board, staring at him judgmentally. There's an awkward silence. Shaw takes a sip of water. His hands are shaking so much he drops the glass and breaks it.
For real?
Oh, sorry. I'll clean that up.
Shaw picks up the broken pieces of glass. He doesn't know what to do with them, so slips the broken pieces into his pocket. This is foreshadowing.
All right, Shaw. Let's take a look at your numbers.
Chris pulls out a piece of paper with numbers on it.
Not
Good. Pathetic.
embarrassing.
We've never seen worse numbers.
Ever. I'm
Spit it out.
sorry.
Yeah, well, sorry's not going to cut it. We're going to have to fire you.
What? No, you can't. We can and we will.
Shaw looks down, defeated. He turns to the door and slowly starts walking. The team laughs at him.
Look at him walk. It's more like a waddle. Quack, quack.
I think he's a virgin. I can just tell.
Chris pauses and clenches his fist, then takes a deep breath and turns back towards the board.
Hold on, guys. I think Shaw has something to say. This ought to be good.
Please allow me to redeem myself.
Shaw wants to redeem himself.
The board laughs.
Oh, yeah, redeem yourself.
And how do you expect to get redemption?
He's such a coward. He could never redeem himself.
Shaw closes his eyes. In his mind, he sees Lex Luthor in a villainous fight scene. He starts to embody the villain. He opens his eyes. They're full of rage. He lets out a mighty scream. Then before the board can react, he runs towards them. One at a time, he shanks them. Using the broken glass that was in his pocket. That's right. He stabs each one of them until they're lying dead on the floor. In sudden clarity, Shaw realizes what he's done. He drops the broken pieces of glass and walks out the conference room. He no longer walks like a duck, but a villain.
Oh yeah, origin story.
Title card, Shawshank Redemption.
Wait, can I just say, I feel like I've been a part of this podcast, I don't know how many times. I think this is the furthest from the actual movie I've ever seen a script. That's awesome. That's awesome. Like, that is fantastic. That's outstanding stuff.
Is the guy named, is his last name Shaw?
No.
Certainly not. 0% of this is even close to anything in the movie. It's honestly amazing.
Yeah.
Is the guy getting redemption in any way?
I don't know that anyone got redemption in your script. That's not redemption. That's revenge. That was the Shawshank Revenge, which is awesome. Like, this is fantastic.
There is redemption in the movie.
Yes.
Wow.
They do sneak stuff in pants.
That's true. There is sneaky little.
really?
Yeah.
Pants
Yep.
helps sneak materials.
And evil authority figures kind of.
Evil.
I would say the board members could be aligned with sort of the warden.
Yeah, and even that the bully prison rape guys kind of. I forget that guy's name.
Prison rape guys.
Yeah, I would say the first for a lot of young people that was your intro to prison rape as a thing. Unless you got a free HBO trial and you watched Oz when your parents were out.
This
of town.
was definitely older than Oz, though.
Yeah. I guess you're. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they're around the same time.
But yeah, that would be the only like. They would have to cut a higher percentage of your script to show it on TBS.
Absolutely.
Than they would Shawshank Redemption.
No question.
Both of them just have one scene that has to be edited out. Yours is shanking a board. Although I do like the Luigi-esque ending to your script.
Yeah. Yeah. Great villain origin story.
I do have to say, I Googled the definition of shank to make sure I was using it right.
Yeah. You did do a shanking.
That was a shanking.
Yep.
Yes.
I love that was the extent of research.
That's a good amount. That's good stuff.
I think it's great. There's no one named Shaw in it. Shawshank is the name of the prison.
Yeah.
Oh.
And one man finds redemption through it.
Yes, I was going to ask, can you guys now tell me what it's about?
We can. It depends how much you want to know. I mean,
Yeah,
it's really not a huge spoilery movie.
Yeah.
You guys don't have to worry about spoiling it. for
Okay.
me
It is
at this
a
point.
guy goes to prison for killing his wife.
Allegedly
killing his wife.
and her jilted lover.
It's
right?
weird. He
Isn't
used
it?
to be a running back for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
There's a lot of
that's
weird
O.J.
backstory.
Simpson. There's a lot. Yeah, he goes to jail. He claims he shouldn't be there. This is just basically like about the day-to-day life of prison in this max security prison.
Yeah.
And he
Befriends another
befriends
prisoner.
someone who's been there for a long time.
Looks after him.
And then escapes.
And they orchestrate
He
some hijinks.
escapes.
Well, they orchestrate some hijinks in between.
They do. They sort of, a big part of it is like
Sullivan's travel style. he
adding
gives.
like the getting. He's very smart. It's he's sort of the prison, making the prisoners into people in the
Yes.
eyes of the people who work at the prison.
Yes.
And being like, these are still men. These are still people. So it's sort of like loosening things up a little bit at the prison.
livening them up a bit. Yeah.
And then at the same time, he's orchestrating escaping.
And so it's a happy ending?
Yeah, I mean, arguably.
Oh,
One-
I think
one-
it's such a happy ending.
Well,
I mean,
you got a lot of people
if you're
that you
only
care-
rooting for one guy,
Yeah, if you're
it's
only
a
rooting
very
for one
happy
guy,
ending.
it's a
Two
really
guys.
happy ending.
Do we find out who actually killed the wife?
I don't think so, but I think they very
He's-
much confirm it wasn't him.
Yeah, it's pretty
wasn't
clear.
him.
It's pretty clear it wasn't him. Yeah.
Oh, so he's a good guy.
I mean, from what we see in the movie, he's a good guy.
Okay.
I mean, we don't know.
You're like,
we have
just
no idea.
Yeah, he could be killing other people.
Two sides to every story.
It's
You
like
know what I mean? Like, it could have been an act of rage.
Colin Quinn is this really funny joke about New York City where he's like, they used to be called New Amsterdam. And it's because the Dutch were the first people to get there, and they called it New Amsterdam. And he's like, well, the first people there were the Native Americans. At least that's what they told us, and we all believe them. And I'm like, he's like, we don't know what happened before they got there. Who writes the history books?
Touche.
That's funny. Okay, yeah, so I can see how I was a little off.
Little off.
Just a quick couple of
Length was
a
more
lot.
consumable.
Absolutely.
If you watch this movie on TBS, it's like 5 hours long.
Yeah,
No.
it's such a
That
long
with
movie.
commercials and stuff. I think it's 2.5 hours, but then with commercials,
Oh,
Yes.
this is a
boy.
movie lots of people have only seen with commercials.
Yeah, that's a good call.
How many times have you guys seen this movie?
Probably two.
Probably
I mean,
two.
with little like, if I'm at my parents' house sometimes,
Intentionally once and probably 15 other times, I feel like.
I gotta say, from how you guys described it to me,
yeah.
I don't care to see it.
I don't care. I would
It
have no
doesn't-
problem if it got erased from my memory.
It doesn't seem like my type of film.
It is always in the top 5 films.
Yes.
If you see any list,
Yes.
this will be whomever is ranking movies. This one seems to be, no matter how far on whatever end of movie rankings they're at.
Yes.
This is a hard movie to hold things against.
Yes.
Really?
And it was also, was this the Pulp Fiction Forrest Gump year of movies?
No, because I feel like it's isn't it 93? I think it's right before or right after 93 or 95.
There was like a
Forrest Gump's 94. I want to say.
This is 1994.
Was it who was the main actor?
Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. I would argue, and this is not a slight against this movie. I think it's a perfectly fine movie. I would argue it's probably the most overrated movie of all time. without being bad in any way. It's perfectly fine movie.
It's like people labeled it amazing, and then everybody got behind it. It was like, oh, this is amazing.
I really think
Yeah,
there's
it's
just
weird.
something that you can't really. So,
you can't-
this
You can't shit on it for anything.
Best Picture was Forrest Gump.
Wow.
And then it beat Pulp Fiction and Quiz Show and Shawshank Redemption and
I
Four
remember
Weddings and a
Quiz
Funeral.
Show
That's
from
a
that one.
year of famous movies.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um,
The 90s were like pretty great for movies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we all went and saw the ones that came out.
Yes.
There weren't so many coming out that you had to pick and
Yeah,
choose
yeah.
what to see.
Yeah.
We went and saw the ones that came out. And Jurassic Park came out in the 90s, so it's the
It
best.
did.
They just made good movies. Like the B level movies of the 90s were just great.
Yeah,
movies.
Jurassic
Great.
Park 2.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything's ranked on the Jurassic Park scale
Yes.
of
I
movies.
hear the new Jurassic Park is going to be amazing.
I hope so.
Oh.
That's what I hear.
Jurassic Park 1, maybe the best movie of all time, arguably, is so good, they're still getting to make them. You know what I mean? We are still doing this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good. Because dinosaurs rule.
Dinosaurs are cool.
And I love, my favorite part about every time another Jurassic Park movie comes out is the scene where someone has to justify why they're allowed to do any of this again after
Yeah.
what happened last time.
Yeah.
Every time they're like, we know 7 times in a row we made a new big dinosaur and it went bad. But we got a bigger
This time-
dinosaur.
Well, I hear this one's going to be so much better because
Scarlett
it's a
Johansson's in it.
horror. They're going for the horror.
I like
again.
that. Like if they go
They're making it a
Alien,
thriller, scary movie.
I love that.
Wow.
I love
you hear
that.
this?
I'll go see it
I've heard
forever.
it now.
You guys hear about this?
Did you guys hear about that?
You guys see this on the news? I'll go see him forever. There would have to be a dozen horrible ones in a row, and I would still probably on a weekday
You
go
were
see
that
it.
big of a Jurassic
Jurassic Park, the
fan.
first one is so good and so perfect.
It's one of the best Happy Meal toys in the history of McDonald's. Getting that miniature toy Jeep.
We can see the cavities
That
and
was
the
like-
root canals developing early.
that was such a fun. That and Days of Thunder were two very memorable Happy Meals for me. Just like, oh my god, I got a cool car, a cool.
But this
Jeep.
is so
With a dinosaur.
Shawshank is. It is so like parents like it.
Yeah, it's
It
impossible
is-
not to like.
It is just sort of I don't
It's
know really
impossible
entirely what the
not
word
to
milk
like.
toast means.
This is very milk toasty.
Is there any romance in it?
Nope. Well, there's a bromance kind of.
Like, I get that it's impossible for a guy not to like it. Is it possible for a girl not to like it?
yeah, because it celebrates the human condition in a way that like it will touch you even if you're like cold and
Maybe I'll
angry.
watch Shawshank tonight.
You don't need to do that.
I wouldn't
You don't need to
rush
spend that time.
into it.
Now
It won't enrich
now
you
Let's
in
watch
any
it
way.
right now.
We should just-
Let's
I like
watch
have a
it right
screen
now.
come up out of the ground.
You
Jake,
know-
act out Shawshank for us right now.
You're not missing anything by not seeing it.
There was an alternate script where it was set in high school
Ooh,
and it was a talent show.
ooh, that's better for
Okay.
Redemption.
And
Okay.
he was up there like quivering and not able to sing, and the kids were like making fun of him that way.
Shaw.
I saw Shaw as like really needing to redeem himself.
Yeah, yeah,
After
yeah,
a really
yeah.
like people don't like him.
That's the funniest part about the Shawshank Redemption. Andy Dufresne, if he's innocent, he doesn't need redemption.
Yeah, he's actually the only good guy.
There shouldn't be any redemption whatsoever.
And then he's you know who
But he redeems the prison. The prison itself has redemption
guess.
for him leaving. I don't
after
know.
I don't know if he fully redeems it because in the midst of him helping these guards to sort of ease up,
Yeah.
they do just kill a guy.
Yeah, they do.
Because he knows information about something else
Yep,
and not
yep, yep.
anything that he did.
Yep.
Um,
That is kind of weird.
we cannot. We said that there was redemption in it, and we're having trouble finding.
Well, because
it
I
now.
think it's like the Frank Darabont God complex of like bad things happen, and the world isn't perfect, and you know what I mean. Like that's
Well,
like.
I disagree with that.
What can I say?
I'm wholeheartedly on the other side of bad things.
That's
happen.
like his whole thing, though. Is
Let me
like-
check Twitter though and see. All right, we're gonna take a second break.
Oh,
A couple more games.
okay,
and then
see
we're
you
right back.
soon.
See you
Oh, yeah.
guys. We've got a couple games we're gonna play here. Let me
Games?
make sure these are done here.
I remember the Beanie Babies I would get at the house.
Oh yeah,
The like mini Beanie Babies.
my sister was very into the
Me too.
teeny beanies.
Yeah, it was the teeny
Teeny
beanies.
beanies.
Yeah, I was always so excited to get a teeny beanie.
It yeah, I mean it was definitely bad that Princess Diana died. I'll start there.
Yeah. I won't argue that.
But that,
Today, at least.
But the
that,
Beanie
that
Baby,
Beanie Baby.
it actually has real value now. That's
the
like
Princess
the one
Diana
that ended
Beanie,
up.
Beanie
Yeah,
commemorative Beanie Baby.
yeah.
Does it?
It-
How
it-
much is it?
I mean, those ones got some commas in the value.
Really?
Really?
It's sort of like similar to Pokemon cards.
You know, I had one of those.
Did you really?
Do you still? I might want to look.
I don't
that
think I
up.
do,
What's
and
that
I think I took the
tag?
tag off.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's gonna
yeah,
get you.
I think the Queen really wanted everyone to take the tag off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, just to kind of kill
classic
Diana's legacy.
tea. Let's throw a tea
Wait, what is
party
her
about
name?
it.
The Queen now? What is her name?
Do we have a Queen? Kate
Camille.
Middleton?
Camilla?
Camilla.
was out here ripping tags off of all the.
Yeah.
the
Wait, there's a
Princess
queen right now
Diana.
named Camilla?
Well, Charles is mistress.
Jake sits up in his chair.
Wait,
We go get Jake's.
who's Charles's wife?
Camilla's the one that he was always cheating on Diana with throughout their whole
Oh
marriage.
my
Charles, who's the king
God!
now, is now.
Wait.
Still in the picture.
But is she going to get married to him and become queen?
I mean,
Aren't they married already?
I think
What?
they're married.
They're married.
I don't think the
She's
royal
not the
family's
queen.
letting her be like. Actually.
Yeah,
But
you're
she has
outta
some other
here.
title though, right?
She's the Duchess of Cornwall.
Wait a
Okay, that's the thing that hurts everyone in
That-
Arrested Development.
I thought the
is
Duchess of
Cornwaller.
Cornwall was the one who had the Netflix show and was on Suits.
No, that's Prince Harry's wife.
Yeah,
Meghan
but I
Markle.
always thought people talked about her as the... Wait, so who's Kate Middleton? She's not Meghan Markle. That's a different one?
No, that's William's.
Yeah, they even have different
wife.
names and everything.
This is kind of
Kate,
wild.
you're
My
good.
royal
This is gonna blow your
family
mind when you
is-
find out Kate Middleton is not
Meghan
some
Markle.
Meghan Markle. They even go by totally different first and last
Meghan
name.
Markle sounds like a character name. It doesn't sound like a real name. I thought that was her character
It
name.
does.
on
Any
Suits.
alliterative
I
name to
know.
me sounds fake.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
thought
good
Kate
name.
Middleton was the actress and Meghan Markle was the character.
Did you?
And they both were and I thought the real life thing, their job was being the Duchess of Cornwall.
I love that. That's how your brain.
Meghan
Yeah.
Markle's real life job was being on Deal or No Deal.
Wait, that was her thing before Suits or after Suits?
Must
She
be
was
before.
a Deal or No Deal briefcase person.
I didn't know that.
Can you imagine being the day that God
You
has
open the
created-
case, it says Queen.
Yeah, it's you. Also,
She's like my hero.
Meghan Markle?
Yeah.
That can't be a real name.
Well,
Nobody
maybe it's
does a
stage
Meghan
name.
Markle. That's
Maybe
just
it's
crazy.
a stage name. Look
Right?
it up. 'cause
If it was
she
her
is an
stage
actress.
name, I believe British tabloids would have broken that down so
Really
long
fast.
ago.
Yeah, that's
Don't they
true.
hate her, Jake? You
They
can feel free to
hate
chime
her.
in anytime. We have a British producer over here.
Yeah.
We're just like,
Yeah. Are
Yes,
we-
the British press really hate her.
Really?
And Harry,
They
yeah.
hate her.
Wait, why?
You didn't know?
No.
Because they left the royal family.
Oh wait, I
officially.
did know
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But,
But
they
that's cool.
hated
That's
her.
badass, right?
They hated her before that. That's why she left the royal family.
Yeah.
do they
because her name
still?
is Meghan Markle. Merkel? Markle or Merkel?
Markle.
Markle.
Her
Oh,
name
yeah,
is
Meghan
actually
Markle.
Rachel.
What?
Shut up.
Her name is Rachel Meghan Markle.
Come on. See? Dude, I'm on top of this shit, man. Somebody get me.
I'm just gonna
a
look up the
cabinet
word
position.
movie and see what's going on here.
But why did they hate her so much? Because I've watched the Oprah interview and I've seen the documentary on Netflix.
Any
I think
insights
it's
here?
like for having. I think it's for having a voice, basically, where it's like
Really?
they want you to kind of just kind of stay in line and just kind of wave and be polite, and they would just sort of like say no.
Now-
we have like for being even slightly critical of the royal family.
Did this is just
She's
me?
cool.
I'm like pulling this out of not really knowing anything except what I would get like against my will. Didn't the Queen like her?
No.
Yeah, allegedly, they seem to get along.
Do you think that the Queen, who was because I'm fascinated, the Queen of England is such a fascinating character.
Wait,
Now
do
the
you
king
mean
is such a
Camilla or
dud.
the Queen?
The Queen, she's the Queen. There's
The
one
real
Queen
queen.
forever.
Yeah.
They should have. What a
But
perfect.
they like the Queen because she never really said
Right.
a point of view. So and you can project anything you want onto her. So
But I
I think
always-
like with Meghan, it's like she
Do you think the
gave
Queen
she
was like
gave
happy
too much
about
of a point of view,
Yeah.
and the public are like.
And
No,
she-
I don't
and
want to
she's
know what you're thinking. You're
American.
meant to be like a figurehead and an icon that we can project whatever we want onto that.
Yeah.
So that's where
Like
that takes
she
restraint.
basically humanized herself too much.
That takes restraint for the Queen to not say.
That's why I
anything,
think
'cause
the
that's
Queen's
a-
legacy is such like a.
That's cool.
That's what people really seem. She's like bona fide. You know, this
Yeah.
is. I
What do you think about what do you think about Kate Middleton and all that drama last year about the photoshopped
Oh,
and not having
it was
cancer?
fascinating and fun to follow.
What was the drama? Fill us in. Spill the tea.
Everybody was like,
love that stuff there.
they've killed her. We haven't seen her because the royal family have killed her.
It did feel like an old-fashioned
She
scandal.
kept posting photoshopped photos of her with her kids, and it was all photoshopped, and obviously we're gonna figure that out. And so everyone was like, why are they hiding Kate Middleton? She's dead. Nobody's actually seen her. They had like fake people being her in the public and getting like blurry shots of her to be like, no, look. But it was all staged. Meanwhile, she had cancer.
Yeah, that's
And so
it was
they were
more
trying
just
to-
like she was just having cancer treatment.
And they were trying to
In
keep
my
up
opinion,
appearances.
I was
and
certain she was
she
dead.
wanted to be, I don't know, was just keeping private.
Wow.
That's the lengths that they're expected to not keep private. Is she was like, "Can I stay inside for a week?" They're like,
No.
"Yeah, we have 2 body doubles who can take Bigfoot pictures in the woods."
That's insane.
Yeah, it's like they want you to be they want you to not be private and to keep as low profile as possible whilst also having constant access to you all the time.
Is there
it's
I
there
mean-
pretty
difficult line to
constant
walk.
push? Is there reoccurring push in Parliament to just get rid of this?
no, but there's but
Is that an
I do-
unpopular thing there? If you're a politician, you're like, this is costs us a lot of money.
Yeah, I think like I think there would be support for it, but also I think it would take too much having to do stuff to make it actually happen.
Because it's a lot of
You know?
money.
Yeah,
Though less than it used to be, I think.
yeah, it's
They
you know,
seem to
the
be cutting down on their boats.
taxpayers have to do fund the royal family.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, it is so wild. The king, someone when I was in Edinburgh last year for the Fringe Festival,
Good
someone
pronunciation.
had
That
the
was-
money,
that was
Edinburgh.
solid.
and they called the money with the king on it limited edition, and I laughed really hard at that. I think I said that joke on here just the other day because I'm like, that's one of the funniest things I've heard. Someone's like,
Really good.
the money with the king on it's limited edition. The queen stuff's forever.
That's
Yeah.
really good.
Although it is funny now. I mean, Scots don't care for the royal family at all.
Because they have their
And
own.
now they like the queen. We're like, well, we hate the king, but the queen, she was at least like nicer. I don't know any of the history of anything about it.
Yeah.
But it's so
Makes
funny. They were like
sense.
renaming things in Scotland while I was there, like the queen's this, the queen's that. Was the queen was being taken down, and you like saw
Wow.
king being put up on the thing and
Whoa.
everything.
Were you there? Were you doing a show in Edinburgh?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear more about that, but I can ask you after.
Okay. It was fun. It was exhausting.
Was it your own show?
It was
Were
my
you
own
doing
show.
Stand up or like a
It's like
storytelling show?
a hour-long stand-up show about the brain disease and everything like that.
That's my. That's like my next goal. I want to do like a 1-person show at Edinburgh.
Oh, you got to get a brain disease.
I gotta get a brain disease.
I would say this: people there, there's a decent percentage of performers who are so absolutely deranged. I had multiple people go, "Oh, that's great," when I told them I had a brain disease, or they're like, "Oh, that's
gonna go far.
that's perfect."
You're gonna go
That's
far.
awesome.
Oh, I wish my thing's just this, and you're like, well,
You're gonna go far, kid.
like a lot of people who are just like, that's a good one.
That's
And
awesome.
like, I would gladly trade it if you want to
That's
trade
awesome.
for like a less unique thing that doesn't hurt 24 hours a day. I would gladly trade it. But it is very fun, and it's it rains every day.
Fun.
Hell yeah.
Wonderful.
Hell yeah.
The whole thing was a wonderful experience. Every day that goes by, I enjoyed it more and more. The 3 weeks afterwards, I couldn't even think about it. It was just so exhausting. But since then, I'm very
Really
happy about it. I
cool
don't think I would ever go back
experience.
unless it was a totally different like amount of effort that I needed to put in. But, who
But
knows?
really cool that you
yeah.
did it.
I'd
That's
never been
amazing.
there. It was very fun. Great. I mean, royal family. I was like, how do we even get in it? I have Meghan Markle
Oh, yeah.
pulled up on Wikipedia on my computer
What a
right
name.
now.
What a
When I have a
name.
primary
Rachel.
source right here and 2 even more primary sources upstairs. A couple games we're gonna play.
Okay. Oh,
Here on
do
the
I love
podcast.
games?
This game is called Before and Afters.
to play before and afters.
I started a rumor at Fringe that Meghan Markle was there.
You did.
Nice.
I just would tell people that I was like, I can't believe Meghan Markle's here to watch this show. Not mine, but I was just like, I would be at, because you go to a lot of parties. And I just kept being like, and did you see Meghan Markle was at
love
this
bits like that.
Yeah, there was a show called it was Shrek Burlesque. It was called Swamplesque, and it was a burlesque show in Shrek. And I was like, did you see Meghan Markle went to the Shrek Burlesque show? And then some people like
Started
a week
telling
later
people.
told me Meghan Markle was at Fringe.
That's
And I'm like,
awesome.
let's fucking go.
That's awesome.
That's such a fun bit.
I tried it, and I would do it with Meghan Markle, and then I tried it with Michelle Obama, and everyone there loves Michelle Obama so much they were just like, she wouldn't come to this crap.
Yeah.
Like,
Michelle
couldn't get a
wasn't
single
here.
person to believe it, so I reeled it back to
But
Meghan Markle,
Meghan
who was
was
like
an
a little more
actor.
right. It was a little more believable she
Yeah.
could be there. All right, before and afters. How this game works is 2 movies have been smashed together into 1 movie. I will read you the smashed together plot. You have to tell me the smashed together title. So, for instance, The Help is Elf and The Help
Oh,
put together.
Okay.
And that one's up on our board here today.
Okay. So there are gonna be ones that like we know.
movies that hopefully you can work together.
Oh, okay.
Or you can compete against each
No,
other.
I'm losing 21-20. I feel
Well,
like
I
I
have
gotta,
75 more points now.
I don't believe those get awarded until the very end.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still only one behind right now.
We'll have to go back at the end. We do go back and see who wrote the script, and then we add the points in
Yep, you
accordingly.
win. Yep.
So I'll read you the plot, and then you have to guess the smash together title.
Okay.
All right. First plot. On the Upper West Side of New York, two gangs battle for control of turf, but one gang member falls for a rival sister whose toys can talk and live lives when humans' backs are turned.
Oh,
West Side Toy Story.
West Side Toy Story.
Hell yeah.
Great.
Well,
That
I
is
should-
correct. No,
I
that's
should
correct.
ring
I
the
guess.
bell. I
Wait,
should
I
ring
have the
the
whistle.
Okay, but can I just say that that was a together collaborative answer?
Mine meld.
Because he was listening, but I was going West Side Story.
Oh, I played Riff 3 times. Believe me.
I played Snowboy.
Shut up.
What is that?
He's just one of the
He's
gang members.
He's one of the Jets.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a game.
That should
was
be
close to this.
All of those gang member Action Boy Snow. Those should be game names. That's
should.
kind of fun.
Yeah, I thought
West
you
Side
both
Story
were talking
rules.
about separate charade-based games for a
pretty fun.
second. All right,
I think
next
West
one.
Side
That was a
Story
tie.
is the best adaptation of Romeo and Juliet.
I give 3 possible points, so I gave 2 to Todd for being first, but Chase, you
Fine.
still got a point there.
Okay.
Which brings us to a dead heat. Going to, while exploring an abandoned house, a few teenagers accidentally free a coven of witches who attempt to attach balloons to their house to travel south.
The Sandit.
There's Up. Up is at the
What were
end.
the 2 movies there, though?
The House on Haunted Hill, or what's the abandoned house
Sand
one?
and
Something
It.
about.
Oh, no. This Sandit.
I mean, the
Was
Sandlot.
it,
What's the one with Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins are in the like control room?
While exploring an abandoned house, a few teenagers accidentally free a coven of witches who attempt to attach balloons to their house.
Hocus Up. Hoke Up.
Hocus Pocus up. I don't think Hocus Pocus. That's not how what happens in Hocus
Not
Pocus,
what
is it?
happened. Coven of Witches.
It is. I don't remember them exploring an abandoned house. I brought
I
up
watched
Hocus
it
Pocus
recently.
earlier. That's crazy.
I watched it
yeah.
recently.
Wait, so Hocus Poke Up?
Hocus Poke Up.
That was you got me there. That's all her. She gets all 3 points.
No,
That's good.
that was a
2 for
collaborative
Chase,
because you
2
said
for
it ends
Chase,
with
1
up.
for Todd.
Okay.
It is crazy. We're talking about musicals and Hocus Pocus and Up, and I'm in my head. I'm like, this is a fucking.
That's wild. That's really funny.
I have Hocus Poke Up typed in my computer,
Yeah.
which has
All of
the
the
biggest
things
red
we've
squiggly
talked
line
about.
you've ever seen underneath it. Next one. A professional corporate downsizer takes a young coworker out on his constant travel trips where they encounter a dog that plays basketball.
Up in the air, bud.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
Okay, well, I knew that it was Air Bud.
All right, I'll give you
A
one.
golden
I would like
receiver,
half
perhaps?
a point. But
I'll
that
give you a
goes
half
to
point.
you.
I can draw half
That
points.
was good.
2 more. A young Englishman falls for a cabaret actress and singer who has been promised to marry a duke, and so the Englishman pursues a career in the adult entertainment industry in the San Fernando Valley.
So it's Magic Mike.
It's Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights Mike?
No, Boogie Nights is at the end.
No,
It's
Magic Mike is at the end.
No,
No?
That's Boogie Nights. He's not an adult. He's a stripper, not an adult.
Okay.
film
Okay, so
industry.
it's Boogie Nights. I don't know this one.
A young
gotta be
Englishman
honest.
falls for a cabaret actress and singer who has been promised to marry a duke.
Oh,
that,
The Star is Born.
And so the Englishman pursues a career in the adult entertainment
Stars
industry.
Born isn't English though.
No.
I feel like that's not Phantom of
But
the
a
Opera.
cabaret.
Yeah, cabaret is where you're going. I feel
performer.
like it's
We only have 6 minutes left, and then I'll give you the answer.
Okay, only 6 minutes left.
We do 6
what
minutes.
would go good with Boogie Nights is the thing.
Boogie.
None of the rest of them are as good as the other ones.
Okay, say it again.
A young
business-
Englishman falls for a cabaret actress and singer who has been promised to marry a duke. And so the Englishman pursues a career in the adult entertainment industry in the Valley.
Englishman and a cabaret actress. I got nothing.
And that she's a cabaret actress promised to marry a duke is very interesting.
Yeah, what is
Is
that?
it Notting Hill?
We are looking for Moulin Rouge Nights.
Oh, that's good. That's real good.
Bougie Nights.
I didn't know that was the plot of Moulin Rouge.
I didn't know that was the
I've never
plot.
seen
of-
it.
Cabaret, you mean like dancer in Paris, yeah?
Yeah.
That's-
They-
yeah.
I think it's fake enough. I'm thinking Boz Lerman here.
Classic Boz.
Now I'm looking back going, okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
It's sort of similar to Hocus Pocus, where you forget the inciting action of the entire
Yeah, that
plot
sets the
of
whole thing together.
Yeah.
Final one.
Oh.
I would say this one would be difficult
Okay.
to know both of. A teenage princess who dreams of becoming human visits a tabloid couple with a large age gap and scandalous story, hoping to research a film about them.
Say it one more time.
So it's the Noah
The
Baumbach
little-
movie at the end.
Oh, it's the Little Mermaid at the beginning.
Is she a princess in The Little Mermaid?
They're
Ariel?
all princesses.
Oh, of course.
Am I wrong?
Did you-
Wait.
is Ariel a Disney princess? Did you just ask that?
No, I asked if
we
she
just
was
got
a
a red
princess. I knew
squiggly
she
line
was
under the
I knew
audio.
she was a Disney one. I didn't realize she was a princess of the sea.
Yeah.
Ursula's the queen.
So the little.
It's
What
what
did
is
it
the
end
name of
with?
that Baumbach movie? The Adam Driver or with with my Naomi Watts and Ben Stiller. It's When We Were Young.
The little young.
No, it's
The Little Prince.
You're correct with one of them, but we're not correct with the
Okay,
latter
so
half.
say the second half again.
Visits a tabloid couple with a large age gap and scandalous story, hoping to research a film about them.
Yikes.
oh no, that's the Natural Born Killers, right?
The little natural born killers.
No, that's Minions.
Oh.
What is the
Little minions.
We are looking for. This is a forgettable movie, but it fit too good. The Little Mermaid December.
What is the movie?
May December.
Oh,
Everyone remember the
my
movie May
God.
December? We all talked about for 6 weeks once.
Yes.
Well,
That's crazy.
that's why I put that one at the
I
end.
gotta watch that.
No, you don't.
No.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm not trying to. I'm just joking. I'm just.
I
Got
I
lots of
watched
films
it.
to
Well,
watch.
it has good acting.
It does
It's
have
one of
great
those
act- it's
movies.
great acting.
Julianne Moore, who is just one of my 5 favorite actors.
She
is in
always
it.
is.
She's incredible.
She's great.
She's on like a
Boogie
Denzel
Nights.
level of just like everything. She
Incredible.
Does. It's fun to watch.
And she's in it, and she plays a woman who is married. It's a crazy plot.
It is a
and
crazy
Natalie
plot.
Portman is in it, and she's always good. Julianne Moore is married to a young boy who she had an illegal relationship when she was like 30 and 35, and he was 13. Then she went to jail for that, got out of jail. They got married.
Hell yeah.
Natalie Portman is making a movie about them and visits them to talk about the script. It's one of those movies where it's like crazy backstory so you can watch acting.
Yes. Yep. And it's and you're drawn in the entire time. You're just like, this is fun to watch.
Interesting vibe.
Taut.
Like weird energy.
Very
But you're just
taut.
like, I'll watch Julianne Moore like have like loaded conversations with people because she's just so good at
She's
acting.
so good.
All right. Next game we're going to play
Ooh,
here on the podcast is called Build the Perfect
who's
Movie.
winning?
Your tallies I forgot to do crosses on, so I have to. It is 27 to 25. Chase is winning.
Sick. That's achievable.
Wow.
So this is
I
Build
really
the Perfect
thought you were
Movie.
gonna take the lead here. Sorry, go
No,
ahead.
not even close. No one got without getting May December. How this game works is I'll give you a category. You have to pick 2 movies from that category whose Rotten Tomatoes score add up to as close to 100 as possible without going over.
Oh,
So we'll combine your 2 scores. So let's see what The Little Mermaid and May December would add up to.
okay.
The Little Mermaid is a 67%. May December's a 91. That would be way over.
Yeah.
Way too far over. You're looking to get as close to 100 as possible. A perfect Robin Williams movie would be RV, which is a 24, and Happy Feet, which is a 76.
Can I have Can I self-impose a rule upon myself that also stands for all other future guests?
Sure.
If you've been on the podcast before, you're not allowed to use movies that you've used before on the show.
Sure. Yeah, I'm here for that.
Because else I'm just going to do On Deadly Ground and Freddie Got Fingered. I mean, it's too easy when you
Yeah.
like
If you know some of
get
them,
a 0 or a 90.
I definitely want to go for new things. So you have to pick 2. Well, you pick one, I'll give you your score. You can then pick your second movie based on that. Let's do 90s movies.
Sick.
So you have to pick 2 90s movies whose Rotten Tomatoes score add up to as close to 100 as possible without going over. How it will work is you'll each pick your first one. I will give you the score of that one, and then you can pick your second one.
Okay.
All right. Todd, you're losing, so you have to pick first.
I'm going to go
I'm
with
stressed.
I'm going to go with I usually start with a really bad one or a really
But
good
I
one.
thought you were picking the first one.
No, you'll both pick 2.
I'm going to go I brought it up earlier. I'm going to go with I think a pretty low one. I'm going to go with Black Sheep.
And Chase, a strategy people sometimes use is to try and pick a horrible one
And then get a good one.
and then pick a good one.
Horribly rated movie. Black Sheep is not a horrible movie. Let that be put on wax.
All right, Chase, so your first
Black
movie
Sheep
from
is
the
fantastic.
90s.
Twisters.
That's
The old Twister?
The 90s Twisters.
Twister.
Twister.
It won't let me look that up. It's like
there's only one Twister in that one. That's
Okay.
but they're
that was the big
Yeah.
surprise in the new one is there's more than one
Oh, is
tornado.
that the difference?
Yeah, big deal.
It's still redirecting me to Twisters. Here we go. Black Sheep is a 30%.
That's what I
So you need a movie, Todd, from the 90s that's a 70% or less. Twister, 67%.
That's surprising.
Feels low.
Yeah, who didn't like Twister?
So, Chase, you need a movie from the 90s whose Rotten Tomato score is 33% or less. Todd, you'll pick first. You need a bigger number.
I'm going to keep it in the Chris Farley family. I'm going to go with Tommy Boy.
All right. Looking for a movie from the 90s, 33% or less.
The Magic one with Sandra Bullock. Magic. You know the Magic one with Sandra Bullock?
No.
Well, Practical Magic.
Practical Magic.
I don't remember that. That's fun.
I think it's going to be less than, but people liked it, but I did not.
They said the alt title is Hocus Lack of Focus.
Wow.
They didn't say
That's
that.
a
That was
great
just
burn.
me riffing a rhyme. All right, here we go. 30% for Black Sheep. Remember, we're trying to get as close to 100 as possible. Tommy Boy, 39%.
That's 39%?
So you're at 69%. So
What
it's
is
a funny
wrong with
number, but you
people?
didn't get too
Funny
close.
number.
I thought that would have gotten a decent, very surprised.
Twister, 67%.
Okay, here we go.
Practical Magic, 26%. That's a 93.
Killed me.
That is a
Killed me.
near perfect score.
Killed me.
4 points.
Well done.
Wow, thank you.
That was really well done.
Bringing us now to our final game
Oh
of
my
the day,
God, final
which is called
game.
Guess What Movie Kyle's Dad is Describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie, the
Okay.
game.
Okay.
Is it one we've seen?
I don't know. Yeah, who knows?
Okay.
Guess what movie trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie game.
How this works is my dad watches. I don't know why this keeps doing this weird thing.
Dad watched
My
a
dad watches his
trailer.
movie trailer, describes what's happening in that movie trailer. You have to guess what movie it's a trailer for.
Okay.
It can be any movie.
You don't give any context of the year? Or...
Some context is he hasn't been to a movie theater since Space Jam 1.
Okay.
He hasn't been to a movie theater in so long that I've had to start saying 1 after Space Jam because another one has come out.
Wow. Okay.
Any movie that's ever existed. What is this? This was a pretty tough. This one pretty tough. What is this a trailer for?
Okay. She is cursing him and his family. Eternity is a long time. The bus is going through a desert. This kid is alone on the bus. He gets to the camp and wonders where the lake is. That lizard is intense but small.
Oh.
Is his name backwards?
Holes.
It's Holes.
Well done.
Oh my gosh.
Well done.
I was waiting to even say it. I knew it earlier on. Woo!
That was impressive.
And that game is worth another point. And then let me add 75 on here to the end as well.
What did it come on to? Yeah, one. What are we at?
Well, which means we got 114 to
What did I have?
25.
Oh!
man.
So a narrow victory.
Yeah.
Chase, you're the winner. Thank you for
Well
having never
done.
seen Shawshank Redemption.
Thank
Hell yeah.
you.
Please let everyone know where to find you. Anything you'd like for them to check out.
Oh, well, my Instagram is Chase_O'Donnell. And we talked at the beginning of my tea company, which is pityparty.com. So you could find tea there.
Great. Thank you so much. Todd,
Thank
anything
you.
you want to give a shout out here?
Oh yeah, I'll be at Caroline's. No, I'm just kidding. I have nothing. You can watch my movies on Netflix. You can watch Awful Nice on Netflix, or maybe actually now I think it might go to Tubi. I am so pro Tubi. Everybody watch all your movies on Tubi,
Yeah.
including movies that I have made or anything else that you're watching.
What? You made Awful Nice?
Yeah, you've never seen that. Shut up.
But I've heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
And it's on Netflix?
Yeah, but I think it actually just got pulled off Netflix. I think I got an email from our
Is it with Emma
distributor.
Roberts?
No.
Okay, then I'm thinking the wrong movie.
Sick. Tight. That movie probably still is on Netflix.
Thank you guys so much. There's 2 streaming services out there for Shakespearean content, Tubi and not Tubi. Everyone have a wonderful
Oh!
day. I thought of that 6 years ago,
I love
before
Tubi so
even
much.
came out.
Tubi rules.
Wow.
All the bad 80s movies are on Tubi.
Wait, I'm so excited to watch your movie.
I've never seen it.